Yeah, this is the Marv 800 back once again, and in today's video, this is a video response to MC Tyler 86 Morgan, formerly NWA fan, who showed his autograph collection. So I'm going to do mine and show you what I have now. The thing with my collection, I'm going to say, is these are a lot of old school wrestlers. Now, my dad a couple of years ago for my birthday bought me this bag full of wrestling stuff. A lot of this is photos, and some of the stuff in here is even signed. I'll show you exactly what's signed, my autographs here, but it's a big bag full of wrestling stuff, and I'm going to show you exactly the stuff I have signed. And my dad got it for me a couple years ago. I think back in, it was bound, I think it was either 06 or 05, something like that, a couple years just before he passed away. So I keep this stuff dear to my heart, being my dad got it just before he passed. But yeah, so I'm going to show you the ones I got now, my autographs. So we'll start in here. Leave that to last. Some of these photos are autographed. I just gotta get them out here. Okay. Then I'll show later. Pull all these out. See that all the pulled out of there. I'll get them as we go through here. I think that's all of them. I got a whole bunch here I got to show you. Okay, so some of these are signed in the back and some are. This one here, Debbie Combs, is signed. Picture Debbie Combs with her autograph in the back. And then here's just another picture of Debbie Combs not autographed. I'll just show you these pictures. I know I'm showing my autographs, but I'll just show the pictures too. I'm doing this video. There's Wendi Richter, just a photo of Wendi. Wish it was autographed, but it's not. There's a picture of Wendi Richter. Here's another women's wrestler, Miss Susan Starr, who was around, I think, in the 80s. Came out in the early 80s. There's another photo of her. There's the Chicago Knockers. Yeah, Knockers. Get through that. Here is Princess Victoria, who was a Canadian women wrestler. Here's another woman wrestler, Rachel DeBoer's lady wrestler. I was not familiar with her. She was around in the 70s. I don't know too much about her, but I've heard of her. And then I got Miss Debbie Peterson. A lot of the women ones aren't autographed. A couple of them are, I think. There's another Rachel DeBoer's picture. There's Velvet McIntyre. Candy Devine and Princess Victoria, Velvet McIntyre pictures. I'll just show these pictures too as I'm showing the autographs. And then this one here, Jimmy Valiant's autographed. At the top there you can see his writing in the corner. That's the autograph from Jimmy Valiant. There's a Mad Dog Vachon picture, but not autographed. Here's one of the Valiant brothers. That's why I said these are all mostly old school. Here's one of Ray York, one of YWC Attic 84's favorites. Ripper Watson Jr. Boy, some of these suck. Some of these dresses. Ripper Watson Jr. I've never heard of. He was not nowhere good as his dad. That's Billy Watson Sr.'s son, but he was nowhere as good as his dad was. The Canadian Wild Man. Now this one's signed. This is the Kelly twins, which this is autographed. You can see the Kelly twins autograph in each corner. Those ones are autographed. Got the Wrestling Bear. Remember that back in the day in the 60s and 70s, the Wrestling Bear? I bet a lot of people on here don't remember that. Here's Sergeant Slaughter's autograph. Got that one autographed by Sergeant Slaughter. The Wild Man. There's Benucci, but it's not autographed. The picture of him. There's Louis Martinez, who was big back in the 60s and that, in the early 70s. Another one of them. Then you got the Wrestling Bear again, Ginger. And here's just a couple midget wrestlers on Carolina Kid and the Haiti Kid. This one is autographed by the Wild Man. He used to wrestle the Wrestling by the Wild Man. That one's autographed. Then you got a picture of Dick the Bruiser. Now this right here is pretty cool. I don't know how many people out here can say they have Bobo Brazil's autograph, but if you look down there you got Bobo Brazil, who's a big legend in the wrestling industry. I can't believe that's autographed, and that's pretty cool to have Bobo Brazil's autograph. I don't know too many on YouTube that have Bobo Brazil's autograph. If any, that's pretty sweet. And here's another one of Bobo Brazil, and then here's one of the Wrestling Bear. I got more autographs. I'll show you coming up here in the other part. I'll just show this wrestling stuff as I go through that bag. All the ones that are in there. That was in the bag along with the autographs. There's an old WCW comic from '91 that was in with the autographs. Here's an old WrestleMania 3 original program. This stuff came with the autograph. This stuff came with it. All this stuff in the bag. The official WWF calendar from 1984. That's pretty well. WWF calendars from the 80s. There's 84 with the Superfly on it. We're getting some more autographs right here in a minute here. Okay. Here's a really old Japanese, old one from the 80s of just a Japanese magazine. Very rare to get these. Tony Inoki on the front of that one, all Japan. Okay. Now, I'll just get all this stuff pulled out of the way, and then I'll go on to more autographs I got here. So there's the Dick Murdoch program. I don't think there's anything inside these. This is just telling you about the card that night. They left the original cards in there, but it's really cool. The matches, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'll show you quickly, but there's what the card was that night. This was Mid-Atlantic in the Army in Georgia, or actually the Army in Georgia. I mean, it's got like Buzz Sawyer versus Tommy Rich from that cage match. Holy Anderson versus Stan Hansen. That's the original match listings of that night. That's pretty cool. And then you got, I think this picture's autographed. That's Pistol on the back here. That's Pistol Pez. Was in the WWF. I think he was like an NWA. When he was in WWF, he was a jobber though. It was NWA. They kind of built him up. He wasn't too bad, but I got any more autographs? There's the Road Warriors. But that wasn't autographed. Ronnie Garvin. Just the back of that one got autographed. Then here's an official 1983 catalog of the WWF. And then here we got Wrestling Table. There's no picture of Bob Backlund on the back. Then these are just, I'm not going to show you these, but these are just some posters. Another poster. And here's just a picture, but it's not autographed of Roddy Piper. Wish it was autographed, but it's not. But there's a picture of Roddy Piper. And then this one's a pretty cool picture. Too bad this wasn't autographed. Andre the Giant and Ric Flair when they were tag partners years ago, back in the 70s. Down in Mid-Atlantic area, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. They teamed up a couple times, I think, down there. Too bad that wasn't autographed. That would have been sweet. Very nice, but unfortunately it wasn't. Then we got some more autographs right here. Okay, I'm going to show you these papers that are loose before I show you the pictures with the autographs under it. So autographs, I've got Velvet McIntyre, Princess Victoria. That was that one I was telling you about. It was Princess Victoria. That looks like. Can I read that? That looks like somebody like here. I don't know if I'll be able to read and tell you, but that one there looks like Farmer Pete. He was a midget wrestler back in the day. I think that looks like Farmer Pete down there. Well, I do have Wendy Richter's autograph, but it's on a paper. That photo wasn't autographed, but I do have it. There's Wendy Richter's autograph right there. We got Billy Red Lyons, who's a legendary in Canada. Billy Red Lyons was with the WWF for quite a long time. And this one is Susan Starr. Best wishes, Susan Starr, a female wrestler. So there's some more autographs there. And then these pictures underneath are also autographed. You got Mike Rotundo. I'll just show you Mike Rotundo's autograph. On the back, you got Rick McCord. George Animal Steele's autograph. There's the picture, and there's the thing at the top, at the bottom. George Steele. And on the other side, Corporal Kushner. Here you got Keith Larson and Greg Valentine. And then you gotta be careful with these because they're kind of, there's Rufus Simon Jones's autograph on the one side. And then on the other side you've got Brian Arias. Brian Arias, I think that's how you say his name. I know he wrestles in the world class area and that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I know who it is. And then Tito Santana. And on the other side you got Greg Valentine, pictures and then their autographs. And then there's Tito Santana, which is pretty cool to have Tito's. And then I got Nick DiCarlo. Some of these are just jobbers. Terry Yorkson, he was a referee, I believe, down there. Buzz Sawyer's autograph. I got Buzz Sawyer. Right there, the pictures I got when they slid out. There's Buzz Sawyer's autograph. Junkyard Dog. Got Junkyard Dogs right there, which is pretty cool to have JYD's autograph. And these are just various wrestlers. I've got Vinny Valentino, Sonny Fargo. Sonny Fargo, he's the legend down in the South in wrestling, way back in the 60s and 70s. Then you got Jack Tunney, and that looks like Mike McMahon. Never heard of him. Is that Mike McMahon? I don't even know how you say that guy's name. Must have been a jobber. How you say that guy's name? But anyways, I don't know if he was a jobber. And then I got on this side Mike Davis, Tim Horner, Farmer Pete again, and the Wild Man. And then I got Johnny Weaver's autograph. I know some of these aren't, I know a lot of you guys aren't here, ain't gonna know these guys, but it's still pretty cool to have them. You got Tony Parrish, who was a tag team champion, I believe, in the WWF back in the early 70s. You got the Killer Bees, both Killer Bees' autograph. And on the other side, you got Dino Bravo, which is pretty cool, and King Tonga Haku. So some of these autographs aren't too bad. They're actually really good. Captain Lou Albanos. Got Captain Lou Albanos. The managers, and on the other side, you got Freddie Blassie, two managers that are no longer with us in the wrestling world. Two legends, two of the all-time greats. And then I got Paul Orndorff here. Paul Orndorff. And the Iron Sheik on the other side, Cheeky Baby on the other. You see that? I'm just trying to get through these as quick as I can. You don't want this video to run out, but yeah. And then you got Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo again. Autograph. And then on the other side you got Tony Atlas. And then this one you got Tommy Young, who's a referee, and I can't make out the other one, but the one's Tommy Young, who was a referee in the NWA, and the other side was the Marcus Brothers. Some of these aren't the biggest names, but they were probably big down in the Mid-Atlantic area, a lot of these. There you got Angelo King Kong Mosca's autograph, which is pretty cool, Canadian wrestler. And then the autograph of Terry Gordy. Terry Gordy and the Hart Foundation on the other side. Brett Jim Neal, Hart, and Jimmy Hart on the other side. So those are some pretty cool autographs, and I'm going to save the best for last, and I got one other autograph to show. When I was a kid, I wrote to Hulk Hogan back in the day. And there was a WCW back when I was in high school. I wrote to him. I think it was the first year I was there, like 99 or whatever. I wrote to him, and they sent me this in the mail. Got this picture of an autograph. That's real Hulk Hogan's real autograph right there. That's my favorite of all autographs. So everybody knows Hogan's my all-time favorite. So I definitely had to have that very, very, very sweet autograph to have that Hulk Hogan autograph. And if you look behind, I even saved the original thing that come in. I'll pull this out quickly to show you. I even kept the original envelope that come in. Look at that. It says WCW. James Simon 74. Oh, I showed my autograph. Everybody, that's not a smart thing. I mean, I showed my address. I was going to send my address on there. That would have been stupid. But anyways, yeah. I was just trying to show you that up in the corner. It was actually a real world championship wrestling it actually come from. But anyways, yeah. So just quickly wanted to show you that. I know I'm going to show my address. I know I wasn't thinking that was stupid. But anyways, this is the Margaret Hunter. That's from my autograph collection.